Hey, happy day. So I'm starting to do a weekly and monthly readings of the various decks that I have. And then through this, we establish a baseline collective general energy. And then, if you wish to have a personal reading or personalize a reading, then that's available via my shop www.niccibwellness.com. So let's do the Rider-Waite reading today. I will do I think we'll just do a one card reading. Well, I'll do a 3 card reading, do the graphic, do the blog, but I'll only talk about one card, which will be the central theme card. Just in case we need to pull any clarifiers, we can do that. So I'm going to quickly shuffle the way I normally would in any reading. This gives you an idea of how a reading takes place when you're not around and what you don't see. It's a bit noisy and it takes time, and this is the time we don't have to do with you. You just get the outcome, the reading, the information. So I usually shuffle the cards 3 times. I'll give you an indication of how. So that's kind of how we shuffle them. I try not to see any of the cards while I'm shuffling so as not to be influenced in any way. I try and do it completely blind, as it were. So I then split the deck into 3 just by dropping it like that. And then I turn over the top card of each pile. I start with the middle deck pile and I pick them up so that once again they're kind of shuffled. The top of the deck and the bottom of the deck cards are shuffled. So in today's reading, in the past position, we've got this card, the 3 of Pentacles. So I'll write about that in the blog. And then in our central position, we've got the Hierophant, number 5. I'll talk a little bit more about that, and it's interesting because it's a major arcana. So it's kind of like a big deal. So I will focus on the current energy, which is that card. And then the 3rd card, which is sort of the outcome looking forward, we have the 10 of Pentacles, which is actually a beautiful, so spoiler alert, we can expect a positive outcome. But again, I'll put more detail about that in the blog and the comprehensive, where I put it all together. So just briefly, there again will be more detail in the blog. But 5, so in tarot, it's a bit like playing cards. You get from 1 to 10, and then you've got your court cards, a jack, a queen, and a king. So in tarot, you've got 1 to 10, and then you've got 4 court cards. You've got a page, a knight, a queen, and a king. So if you just looked at 1 to 10, that would be, as far as commoner level goes, that would be about halfway. It's like getting 50%. For me, 5 is 50%, halfway. So it's kind of the crux of the matter. Do we, from 1 to 5, operate in a failure level, or 5 to 10, do we operate in a successful, endeavoring, constructive manner where we birth our creativity? This is going beyond the primal, and actually operating from consciousness and awareness, from our higher chakras, as it were, or our divine state of being, where we are influenced by Christ or God, or the higher natures, the more get conscious, aware. So the Hierophant talks about commitment. It's structured. It has to do with Saturn and time and hierarchies. It's a bit, to me, like the Patriarch card. So it also symbolizes marriage, union. I'm just waiting to see what other words come to mind, but that's pretty much it. It's the key uh, to the doorway of a higher state of being. So it's kind of where we initially connect. It would be Heros Gamos, which means divine marriage, in with our higher self, where we step into our higher state of being. So, in a nutshell, that is it. So, just to keep this short, like I say, I will connect this with a blog with a little more detail. And if you wish for a personal reading, it's available via my shop on my website. Namaste in Lakesh.